Greg Gallagher here, and this is day 24 of the coronavirus lockdown. I'm trying to prevent my subscribers and everybody from getting the coronavirus. I don't have it, but this is what I gotta do. Enough of this nonsense, right? I'm sorry, bad joke, but I can't help myself, folks. It's crazy. Well, let's get into the more serious stuff, the market. As you're well aware, I think we're in a bull trap, and the only thing that's changed here, and we went from this high down to this low at 218 on the SPY, the S&P 500 index, and I thought we were going to go to 280. I am not convinced of that. We may, okay, and we may go even higher than 280. I'm not predicting the market. I'm just saying this is what rhymes to me. But I think we have a much greater chance of going down here into the 170 area after we've exhausted this move to the upside. And I'll show you what my reasoning is on that. Okay, here's a chart of the Nasdaq Composite Index through April 3rd. And I just kind of drew my little squiggly here. There was our top. We got out of the market here, got really lucky by our 1-2-3 method, and made some serious kachingo on the way down here. I mean, we have made some good money going shorting this market, and we still are. Now, I love volatility in the morning. I mean, the futures over here. I couldn't do this video last night. Got computer problems all weekend long. They still aren't resolved. I hope this thing goes, but that's the rollover right there. See that? And the futures this morning they're only up like 700 or 800 points. Here's the 1 week. Look at the heat map on the S&P 500. That is a market that doesn't know what it wants to do. Okay, here's the drill. You know the drill. This is the summary of how we've done. Sometimes I don't do these things correctly. They don't come out right. So if I make a mistake, forgive me. For the week, we made 2.8%. For the month, which is only 3 days, we made 2.5%. Let's see, up 32 for the year. That's not bad. Take that. Welcome new patrons. I'm working on a new welcome video that I'll get out to people. I've only been doing this patron thing for about 25 days. So anyway, stats for the YouTube is all looking good. Copy this link into your browser and you can sign up and be a patron for $5 a month. A cup of coffee and a donut. You can, get a lot out of it. Okay, Corona. My Corona. Okay, now, people, I am not making fun of this disease and this thing. If you have the coronavirus, it's very serious. But there's something wrong in Dodge here. My daughter-in-law, my number one daughter-in-law, works at a big hospital in Orlando, Florida, and she is a master's working on her PhD nurse, whatever that means. She's a very smart young lady. She told me she got laid off. I'm like, you got laid off? I thought you were an ICU nurse. I thought you were involved in the corona patients. And she says, that's the funny thing. The hospital's almost empty. We have no patients. I'm like, what? Yeah, we have no patients. So I'm like, what is going on? And it turns out this is true in Sarasota, Florida, too. And you check your city. Call your hospital and say, hey, I got the coronavirus. When can I come in? And they'll say, gee, come on in. No, don't do that. But I knew these people, you know how I feel about China here. China is probably responsible for this place where everybody's getting their information on the coronavirus. And my hedge fund manager friend, Tom, I'll just call him Tom, he runs a $5 billion hedge fund. He called me up and he said, this coronavirus is all bullshit. And I'm like, you're kidding me. He goes, no. And he said, when they start releasing the tests that they've done, you're going to see right away. And they did it. Now, who's had the most tests? Look, folks, China has had 0. Okay, we've had 1 point, almost 2 million. Probably by now, this was done over the weekend. It's probably 2 million. Look what happens when you have, look at the death rate. And I know this is gross talking about the death rate. When you look at it, it goes to 0.5%. Okay, it's not 3%. And my friend Tom, he thinks it's less than the flu virus, the regular flu virus, which was like 0.1%. We're already at 0.5%. Okay, and Spain and these other countries, they don't have the medical facilities that we have. Look at South Korea. It's 0 there, and they've done 400. The second almost. Well, no, there's somebody that's done 900,000. There's 700,000. There's 460,000. And China's statistics never change here. So it's. I'm telling you, there's something wrong in Dodge about this whole thing. But okay, let's get on with it here. All right, so last week we made $2,600. We had through I call it the April Fool's Day trades. We had 6 trades, made $2,600. I'm not going to go over the details since I do that all the time with you guys, but if you don't sign up for this Patreon thing, and get this, you might be a moron, as Jeff Foxworthy says. Sorry, folks. I'm in a strange mood today. All right, another thing I just want to point out. Here's another little thing I say. I love the smell of volatility in the morning. I love it when the market is up. And the talking heads are going on, this coronavirus is where we see the light at the end of the tunnel. The light at the end of the tunnel may be a train, you stupid morons. But, hey, here's what you can do. Just do a little chart like this for yourself. Just take your favorite index. Mine happens to be the Nasdaq. It used to be 4,000 stocks, and then it was 3,300 stocks. Now it's 2,500 stocks. Who knows? According to those guys, it's got this. It doesn't matter. It's where all the heavy hitters are. It's the one you want to watch. And then the Nasdaq Composite Index actually consists of 103 equity securities issued by the 100 largest non-financial companies. That means it's, more or less the technology companies and all they're the heavy movers, the ones that move the market, and that's why I love the smell of volatility in the morning. Okay, let's get to some charts here for people. Okay, so here's the Nasdaq. Like I said, you can see how this volume got up during this period. It's still there, and then you can see the rollover. Now, let's look at some of our friends. Hey, SMH, that's a leader, right? Let's look at what it's doing. Hey, it's the same pattern. Woo! Greg, you're so smart.